When I was really little, my dad was involved in the church in Oklahoma when I was a baby. He met my mom when he was in Oklahoma. They had me. But I remember later on, when I was about 9 or 10, we lived in a suburb of Nashville, Tennessee, and my parents took us to a full-blown Pentecostal church. Worship service looked a little different than it does here, obviously. There was flag twirlers and dancers, and my mom was a singer on the stage.
Early memories of church were piano and organ and people singing beautifully. So from a young age all the way probably up till about my junior high years, when hearing drums for the first time in modern worship. I remember in 7th grade playing drums for the first time in our large gatherings.
Well, I remember Neil Woolard. I remember him being the worship leader from when I was very young. And so he had some great songs. I remember maybe Sing, Sing, Sing by Chris Tomlin, some old Lincoln Brewster stuff. It was like rock and roll, you know? It was like Christian rock and roll back then.
Biggest change to me that I feel and see are the bridges. We have bridges now. I grew up with verses and a chorus. Gosh, I was probably in high school, being on vacation with my parents, and they had the radio on, you know, and I heard this little glimpse they were trying to dial in. It was real staticky and stuff, but I heard this song, and it was just I knew it was a Christian radio station, but the style was just captivating. And this will date me too, but it was Amy Grant's Old Man's Rubble.
So I remember when I was casting vision to our worship group about God of Generations and the idea, this theme of what this night of worship could be like, and seeing Hunter call me up a few hours later and say, I got it, I got most of the song done, John, I need you to come hear it. When you look at the lyrics, I love how he even tied in songs of the past into, you're gonna hear him weaved in to the song of God of Generations. Great is thy faithfulness, one thing remains. All these little snippets of other songs tied into this new song.
In writing this song, kind of dig deep into the roots of where I started, seeing the faithfulness of God in my own life, and then being able to translate that into this song. My goal isn't for it to be a huge song. It's to give our people a voice.
So verse 1 says, "Be seated on the praise of past times." There was a point when someone in my lineage said, "I'm following God. I'm following Jesus, and my family after me is gonna continue to follow him because I'm devoted to him." But also the second line, it says, "Be crowned in praise that we haven't heard yet." You know, not only did God get glory and praise from my ancestry, you know, however 100 or 1,000 years ago, whatever, but it's going to continue on, you know, through my son as well. He's going to be giving praise and glory to God. That really puts the whole perspective of God of Generations into play for me, you know.
But there's a line in the first verse that's my favorite in the whole song. Be crowned in praise we haven't heard yet. And I love that thought that we still got more songs to write. He's still got more songs to inspire in us.
God is still here.
God is still God.
God is still faithful.
God is still creating.